This is Inside Texas Politics with Jason Whiteley on WFAA.
Time now for Reporters Roundtable to put the headlines in perspective. And back with us is Ross, Bud, and Berna Dean Steptoe, Channel 8's political producer here each week. Ross, we'll start with you and the fallout from the Dennis Bonnen scandal. I'm curious, did Michael Quinn Sullivan and Tea Party groups that were going after Bonnen, did they win or lose in this?
A little of both. I mean, Michael Quinn Sullivan went into that meeting in June, came out with a recording and was, as he said, offended by it. He let the recording loose after a summer of drip, drip, drip. And Bonnen was out of office a week later. So if you were trying to sink the speaker, that was a win. If you were trying to gain notoriety, it was a win. If you were trying to win the trust of more House members, it was probably a loss.
And Bud, we heard today that, Bonnen still remains powerful because he has the big, campaign bank account. But as Ross said, too, it seems like Michael Quinn Sullivan has quite a bit of power amassed as well.
Well, but, Michael Quinn Sullivan only had, 10, 11 Freedom Caucus votes in the House was all he had. He has a little more notoriety now. He certainly has built a lot more readership and following. People are going to pay him more attention now. Bonnen had kind of put him in a corner last session. He punched his way out of the corner.
Berna Dean, does any of this matter for 2020?
I think now that the Speaker has declared that he won't run again, then they need to move on, or it will have an impact on the election.
Bud, do you think it's going to affect the primary at all?
It looks like they've moved on already. They spent the last part of the week talking about transgender issues instead of talking about any of these other scandals. But Jason, at least, Bonnen was not indicted. We did go through a cycle there in the 70s and 80s where we had 3 Texas speakers indicted. So Bonnen's come out without that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ross, let's shift over to an interesting video story you guys had on the Texas Tribune's website about Dickies. I didn't realize, this must have slipped by me, but the clothing manufacturer mostly shut down all their U.S. operations, making Dickies clothes, and moved them down from Uvalde down to Mexico. Are consumers, you think, willing to pay more? This is all fascinating to me, considering the state fair just ended and Dickies is all over Big Tex.
Yeah, I don't know if the consumers are willing to pay more or not. I assume that they've run the economics of this and figured out that it's cheaper to make pants elsewhere, to make clothes elsewhere. So they're closing down. I guess the Uvalde plant is their last plant in Texas. The economics look pretty clear here.
Yeah.
Jason, I want to point out Dickies is owned out of North Carolina now. Up front, I'm friends with the family that used to own it in Fort Worth. They have created 40 new jobs and 300 new part-time jobs at the Dickies Arena that opens this weekend.
So, and consumers will pay more for things that they like, for the product they like.
And a good point, Berna Dean. And yeah, for the record, too, I guess they shifted 120 jobs or so south of the border, but they are opening up new jobs here as the Dickies Arena opens this weekend, Bud. Is that right? Is that when it opens?
Grand opening, and the events are coming up next month, basketball and country music.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. And thank you for watching as well. ABC's This Week begins in just a moment here on WFAA, and we'll see you again next Sunday morning. Have a good morning.